Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt restless in a room full of people who seem perfectly fine with average? Have you ever battled fear so loud it nearly paralyzed your ambition? Have you ever clenched your fists in frustration? Not because you're failing, but because you're moving too slow? If you felt any of these, then stop worrying. These aren't signs of weakness. These are the exact emotions you should be proud of, because they mean you're close, closer than you think. The world has lied to you. It told you that success should feel calm, joyful, effortless. But that's not the truth. The real truth is, success often arrives disguised as emotional storms. And those storms, they show up as restlessness, fear, and impatience. Stay with me, because if you understand these three emotions the way you're about to, it will transform your pain into power, your fear into fuel, and your restlessness into results. This is not just another motivational speech. This is a roadmap, a signal, a call to awaken the sleeping giant within you. Because once you realize what these three emotions really mean, you'll stop resisting them. You'll start welcoming them. Because they are proof that you're on the edge of something big. So listen closely. Don't just hear these words, feel them. Restlessness is one of the most misunderstood emotions we experience on the journey toward success. Many people see it as a sign of failure or weakness, as if feeling unsettled means we are doing something wrong. But the truth is far different. Restlessness is not a setback. It is a powerful signal that change is necessary and growth is imminent. It is the stirring of something deep inside you, a subtle yet persistent call that you are not meant to stay where you are. When you feel restless, it's because your current life no longer aligns with the vast potential within you. This discomfort is your spirit's way of telling you that the life you've settled into is too small for your dreams. It is a feeling that can come from many sources. Perhaps you are stuck in a job that doesn't excite you, relationships that drain you, or routines that no longer challenge you. That heavy dissatisfaction, that nagging sense that something more awaits, is the soil from which your future success will grow. This restlessness is like a compass needle pointing away from complacency and toward progress. It is a natural response to the fact that your soul cannot be contained by a life of mere survival or comfort. The mind and heart begin to clash when you are restless. Your mind tries to rationalize why you should stay safe, why you shouldn't risk the unknown. But your heart pushes you forward, urging you to break free. This internal conflict can feel exhausting, but it is necessary. Without it, you might remain trapped in the same place, day after day, year after year, never moving closer to your true purpose. You must learn to listen to this restlessness as if it were a friend delivering a vital message. When you quiet the noise of the outside world and pay attention to this inner discomfort, you realize it is a form of spiritual urgency. It demands your attention because it believes in your potential more than you sometimes do yourself. It is your inner self refusing to accept mediocrity. It is a sign that the universe is conspiring to move you into a new phase of your life, one that requires courage, innovation, and growth. Many people try to escape restlessness by filling their time with distractions or by convincing themselves that they just need to relax more. But restlessness cannot be cured by idleness. It is not a problem to be fixed, but a signal to be understood and acted upon. Restlessness is the fire beneath the ashes, waiting for you to throw in fresh fuel and ignite a blaze of transformation. When you embrace restlessness, you are opening yourself to possibility. You stop settling for the ordinary and begin seeking the extraordinary. The uncomfortable feeling pushes you to ask hard questions. What am I really meant to do? What does success look like for me beyond money or status? How can I align my daily actions with my deepest values and dreams? It is important to recognize that restlessness is not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it appears as a quiet dissatisfaction, a subtle feeling that something is missing even when everything appears fine on the surface. Other times it can feel intense and overwhelming, like a storm inside you that won't calm. Either way, it is a sign that you are growing beyond your current limits. Instead of fearing restlessness, see it as a sign that you are alive and evolving. Success is not a place where you suddenly feel perfect peace and contentment. It is a journey where you constantly expand, learn, and challenge yourself. Restlessness is the engine that drives this process. It ensures that you never become too comfortable or complacent. To harness this powerful emotion, begin by accepting it without judgment. Don't tell yourself you should be content or that you are doing something wrong for feeling uneasy. Instead, be curious about what your restlessness is trying to tell you. Journal about it, meditate, or talk it through with someone who can help you see beyond the discomfort. The clearer you become about the source of your restlessness, the easier it will be to take decisive action toward change. Action, even imperfect action, is the antidote to restlessness. The moment you start moving toward a new goal, no matter how small the steps, the restless energy begins to shift. It transforms from anxiety and frustration into motivation and clarity. You'll find that as you move forward, the restlessness becomes less of a burden and more of a guiding light. Remember, every great success story begins with someone who refused to settle. They felt the tug of restlessness and chose to listen rather than ignore it. They understood that restlessness was not a signal to stop, but a signal to move forward. It's the feeling that wakes you up in the middle of the night with new ideas, the feeling that makes you uncomfortable in a job that pays the bills but kills your spirit, the feeling that won't let you settle for anything less than your true potential. When you accept restlessness as a positive force, you unlock a powerful mindset. You become someone who welcomes discomfort as part of growth. You begin to see every challenge as an opportunity to learn, every setback as a chance to reset your course, and every moment of unease as a reminder that you are still alive, still dreaming, still capable of becoming more. The truth is, success is rarely calm or easy. It is messy, complicated, and often filled with uncertainty. Restlessness prepares you for this reality by conditioning your mind to thrive in discomfort. It teaches resilience, creativity, and relentless determination. So when restlessness strikes, don't run from it. Don't try to silence it with distractions or excuses. Instead, lean into it. Let it guide you to the edges of your comfort zone and beyond. Follow where it leads with courage and curiosity. Because restlessness is the signal that you are not lost. You are simply being prepared for the next big chapter in your life. It is the fire that forges the steel of your will, and it is the undeniable proof that success is within reach. Fear is one of the most powerful and misunderstood emotions on the path to success. It often shows up uninvited, gripping your heart, clouding your mind, and making every step forward feel like a battle. Most people want to avoid fear at all costs, seeing it as a sign that they should stop, turn back, or give up entirely. But the truth is that fear is not your enemy. In fact, fear means you are walking in the right direction. When you embark on a journey towards something meaningful, fear is inevitable. It's nature's way of alerting you that you are stepping into the unknown, leaving behind what's comfortable and familiar. This discomfort you feel is not a signal to retreat, but a beacon lighting the way forward. It is proof that you are stretching yourself beyond the boundaries of your past experiences and current limitations. Without fear, there is no growth. Without growth, there is no success. Fear often masquerades as doubt, hesitation, or anxiety. It whispers in your ear that you are not good enough, that failure is just around the corner, or that you will be judged harshly by others. These thoughts can paralyze even the strongest of wills, causing many to abandon their dreams before they even begin. But these are lies. The presence of fear means you are challenging the status quo, pushing the edge of your comfort zone, and daring to create something new. This is exactly where transformation happens. Think about every successful person you admire. They didn't reach the heights of achievement without encountering fear. They felt it too. The fear of rejection, failure, ridicule, and the unknown. But what separated them was not the absence of fear, but their willingness to move forward despite it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in the presence of fear. The fact that you feel afraid means you are on a path worth taking. Fear also serves as a valuable teacher. It forces you to prepare, to plan, and to take your goals seriously. It sharpens your instincts and heightens your awareness. When you learn to listen to fear without being controlled by it, you gain clarity about what truly matters and what risks are worth taking. Fear helps you separate between real danger and the illusions created by your mind. It challenges you to build resilience and develop mental strength. Walking into fear requires a shift in perspective. Instead of asking, "Why am I so scared?" ask, "What is fear trying to teach me?" This question opens the door to self-discovery. It invites you to explore the roots of your fears, to understand their origin, and to recognize that they are often based on past experiences or imagined futures, rather than present reality. This awareness alone reduces fear's power and helps you take deliberate steps forward. Every time you face fear and choose action, you rewrite your inner narrative. You prove to yourself that fear does not control you. This builds confidence, which is the fuel for continued progress. The more you expose yourself to fear, the more you desensitize yourself to its grip, turning fear from a wall into a stepping stone. Fear also connects you to your deeper purpose. When you feel afraid, it's often because you are approaching something significant, an opportunity, a dream, or a calling that matters to you. The intensity of fear is proportional to the importance of the step you are about to take. This means the things that scare you the most are often the things that can change your life forever. It is important to recognize that fear is not always logical. Sometimes it can be disproportionate to the actual risk involved. The mind has a tendency to amplify worst-case scenarios, creating a storm of what-ifs that can feel overwhelming. But remember, the absence of fear does not guarantee safety, and the presence of fear does not guarantee failure. Both are simply part of the human experience on the road to success. Learning to move forward in spite of fear is a skill that can be developed. It begins with small steps, facing minor fears in your daily life and building momentum. Each victory over fear, no matter how small, strengthens your ability to handle greater challenges. Over time, what once seemed terrifying becomes manageable, and fear loses its ability to stop you. Fear also teaches patience and persistence. Sometimes the right course of action is not to charge forward blindly, but to pause, assess, and prepare. Fear invites you to be strategic, to plan your moves carefully, and to build the resources you need for success. This balance between courage and caution is what separates those who succeed from those who quit too soon. When you understand fear in this way, it changes your relationship with it completely. Instead of trying to eliminate fear, you learn to respect it as a signpost pointing you toward growth. Instead of avoiding fear, you lean into it, knowing that on the other side lies opportunity. Instead of allowing fear to shrink your dreams, you use it as fuel to propel yourself forward. Ultimately, fear means you are alive and engaged in the pursuit of something meaningful. It means you are not settling for mediocrity or safety, but are daring to reach higher. It means you are challenging yourself to become the person you are capable of being. And that is exactly where success begins. So the next time fear creeps into your mind and heart, do not recoil or retreat. Instead, acknowledge it, feel it, thank it, and then step forward anyway. Because fear is not a signal to stop. It is proof you are on the path that leads to your greatest achievements. It is the companion of every courageous soul who ever dared to dream and win. Impatience is often seen as a flaw, something to be controlled or suppressed. Society teaches us to be patient, to wait for the right time, to accept delays as inevitable. But when it comes to ambition and success, impatience is not a weakness. It is a powerful fuel. It is the fire that burns inside those who refuse to settle for less than what they deserve or dream of. Impatience is the restless energy of the ambitious mind, a sign that your desire for growth, change, and achievement is urgent and real. This feeling of impatience is not about recklessness or rash decisions. Rather, it is about a deep, burning dissatisfaction with waiting indefinitely for success to arrive on its own timetable. Impatience pushes you to act, to move faster, and to refuse complacency. It is the refusal to let life slip by while you sit idle, hoping for opportunities to appear without effort. The ambitious person understands that time is precious, and impatience is the fire that keeps them from wasting it. Impatience speaks to the urgency of your dreams. When you are truly committed to something, the weight feels unbearable. Each day spent not moving forward feels like a lost opportunity, a delay in becoming who you are meant to be. This restless energy stirs within you because your vision is too vivid, your goals too important to be put on hold. It drives you to seek solutions, to overcome obstacles quickly, and to keep pushing forward no matter what. In many ways, impatience is a form of faith. It reflects a deep belief that you deserve success now, not someday far in the future. It means you trust your ability to handle challenges, to grow, and to create the life you want. Impatience is the fire that fuels the consistent effort necessary to transform dreams into reality. It is what keeps you moving when others give up or become complacent. While patience has its place in strategy and long-term planning, impatience is the fuel behind action. It creates momentum. Without impatience, it is easy to fall into the trap of procrastination, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. Impatience keeps you restless, awake, and alert to opportunities. It demands that you refuse excuses and find ways to make progress, even if the steps are small. Impatience can sometimes feel uncomfortable because it creates pressure. This pressure is not meant to break you, but to mold you. It teaches you discipline, focus, and resilience. When you learn to channel impatience constructively, it becomes a source of creative energy rather than frustration. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you begin to see impatience as a sign that your goals matter deeply and that you must prioritize your time and resources accordingly. This fire inside the ambitious also serves as a boundary. It helps you say no to distractions, time wasters, and anything that does not align with your vision. When impatience is strong, you become more selective about how you spend your time and who you allow into your life. It sharpens your focus, allowing you to concentrate on what truly moves you forward. Impatience also connects to the idea of legacy. The ambitious person does not just want success for themselves, they want to make a meaningful impact in the world. This sense of urgency is fueled by a desire to accomplish great things within the limited time we all have. It is a reminder that life is short and every moment counts. Impatience keeps this reality front and center, pushing you to live fully and purposefully. It is important to understand that impatience is not about ignoring the process or rushing recklessly. Instead, it is about respecting the process while refusing to be passive. It's a balance between urgency and patience, knowing when to push harder and when to trust that progress is unfolding. This tension creates the drive that propels the ambitious through challenges and setbacks. Many who have achieved great success credit their impatience as a key factor. It kept them moving forward through doubts, obstacles, and delays. It prevented complacency and fueled innovation. Impatience is the secret ingredient that turns ideas into action, plans into results, and dreams into reality. When you feel impatient, do not dismiss it as negative or harmful. Instead, recognize it as a signal that your ambition is alive and burning bright. Use that fire to fuel your efforts. Let it inspire urgency without panic, action without haste. Channel impatience into a steady, focused drive that keeps you moving forward every single day. In the end, impatience is the fire of the ambitious because it represents a refusal to settle. It is the restless energy that demands more from yourself, from your life, and from the world. It reminds you that success is not a distant event, but a journey fueled by relentless desire and unstoppable action. Embrace this fire, and you will find that impatience, when harnessed well, is one of your greatest allies on the road to achieving your dreams. Success is never a quiet, comfortable path. It demands you face restlessness, walk through fear, and embrace impatience, each a powerful emotion signaling that you are moving closer to your true potential. Restlessness shakes you out of complacency. Fear tests your courage, and impatience fuels your relentless drive. Together, they form the invisible forces that push you beyond limits and into growth. Instead of avoiding these feelings, welcome them as signs that you are alive, evolving, and daring to achieve something greater. When you learn to listen to restlessness, walk boldly through fear, and channel impatience into focused action, success becomes not just a distant dream, but an inevitable reality. Remember, these emotions are not obstacles, they are your greatest allies. Let them ignite your journey and propel you toward the success you deserve. The closer you get, the more you'll feel them, and that means you're exactly where you need to be.